Good morning. Many years ago now, when we were single, Sheila was in North India with an OM girls team and I was in Bangladesh. And we had a mutual friend, Sandra, who one day said to me she'd received a letter from Sheila. Now, in that letter, Sheila had been writing to Sandra. Then suddenly she said, "I've got to go. Please pray, as someone has just come to our house to say that a man I'd knocked down off his bike a couple of days ago has died. Please pray." And that's what all the letter said. We were left hanging. And here was I, 800 miles away from where the story was happening, and no end to the story, with this girl who I liked a lot, end up in prison. It took another 6 weeks before I got the whole story, but eventually came out. The whole story eventually came out. Zechariah's story is a little like that. Remember that he had been told by Gabriel that his wife, Elizabeth, would have a son, and they were to call him John. But because he didn't believe what the angel said, this message from God, he was struck dumb. I've often wondered how he communicated that story to Elizabeth when he got back to the hill country of Judah. How did he tell her about the angel's visit? Not very well, I suspect. Hand signs, maybe a tablet, again, writing, not an electronic type, by the way, just a tablet. Though we're not certain if she could actually even read. Zechariah had 9 months to wonder over his unbelief as he watched in wonder as a new dad-to-be as his aged wife begins to grow before his eyes. Did he turn up the verses in the old scrolls about the one preparing the way for the Lord? I'm sure he did. I wonder how he reacted when 6 months into Elizabeth's pregnancy, Mary, Elizabeth's cousin, arrived, and Elizabeth shares with him that this teenager is pregnant, still unmarried. How does he, as a good man, righteous we're told, react to this unmarried mum-to-be? We know Elizabeth, though, is far more positive, whatever Zechariah's mind is. And what we do know is that this man, as he was righteous, I am sure in my own mind he would have helped these ladies find the parts of the scrolls that talk of the Messiah. A virgin will conceive, this wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Delight pouring over the scripture with these two precious ladies. And then when he becomes a dad for the first and the last time, what a joy for him and Elizabeth. And 8 days later, at the baby's circumcision, it's time to name him, of course, and it's going to be Zechariah. That's the tradition. The first boy is always named after dad. But no, says Elizabeth, he's to be called John. Confusion, consternation. They signal to Zechariah, and he asks for a tablet, and he writes, not Zechariah as they expect, or even the word John, but with deliberate care he writes, his name is John. All the frustration of his not being able to speak, all the joy of his fatherhood, all this newfound faith explodes in his first words as he can speak again. And maybe his first words are, his name is John. Or he grabs his wife in a bear hug and whispers, I love you. We don't know. But very soon after, they're the words of worship to God, in whom his faith has grown over 9 months of silence. And then the whole story comes out. The whole story comes out. First to Elizabeth, once they were alone again with their precious bundle of life. Then to friends and family. And then right across the region, we're told, I've got a story to tell. And we've too got a story to tell, haven't we? Of this newborn baby this Christmas. As so many Christmases before, our lives are changed forever by this child, this Prince of Peace. A way that is made so I can have peace with God. I've got a story to tell, so let it out. By the way, Sheila wasn't arrested. It was all a mistake, a lie, a con, someone trying to get money out of her. We still tell the story, and we should still tell our story, so he can tell his story, so we can tell his story.